Hello, welcome back, viewers, and welcome back to our boardroom, Katie. Katie, great to see you again. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hi there. So I'm Katie Sullivan. I am Senior Product Manager at AVer for both K-12 and Pro AV, and really excited to share with you some of the information we have on one of our newest products.
Yeah, I'm excited about this because usually when I think of AVer and video conferencing, I think about, of course, our wonderful boardrooms.
Look at
But
that.
yeah, and you guys do make, amazing boardroom cameras, but this is a broadcast camera. And I've been going to the trade shows. Broadcast is booming now. People are excited about the flexibility of streaming and software and YouTube, and they want to broadcast everything. But broadcast camera, that's a different thing from a conference room camera. So what makes this suitable for broadcast?
Exactly. So we're really excited about this because obviously, people know us in the meeting room space, but there were different types of customers who had come to us, who had used us for meeting rooms, who might have needed us for maybe like a larger auditorium, right? Maybe it's a house of worship space, and they're using that in more broadcast capabilities, right? And when you're working in the broadcast space, the camera game is really different, right? You're going to need higher quality video. You're going to need something that can go live. You're going to need higher quality audio. And you're going to need the hardware that's going to be able to support all this. So the TR615, we're so excited to come into this lane. And really, this is in terms of quality, in terms of our ability, this is the best camera yet that we have made. So just broad overview of the specs. Happy to talk more about any of this. This is our first camera that has a 1-inch sensor. And so that's going to allow us to really handle that low light, those shadows, just to have the best, crispest image. And in a lot of scenarios that are moving quickly, right? Like you do with broadcast. And also that's going to have a 4K 60 output and a 19 times optical zoom, ideal for a broadcast scenario where you might be, again, that larger auditorium where you're farther back. Many people know AVer because of its superior, and we were first to the game with that AI tracking. And so we've added the compute, like 3 times the compute of what we've had previously for our AI tracking cameras, higher, better, stronger AI focus that's going to focus on that face. We had this camera at Infocom, and I thought, just for kicks, let's try and put the tracking on in a room with like 200 people walking on. And man, once it locked on, wait, I saw people just walk to the end of the hall and it would not let go. It's a smart, great camera for this kind of purpose. And with that, also great output flexibility and all AVer's Pro AV cameras have NDI. This one's no exception. But with all the combination of everything else, it's going to have that great high quality. And if we go on to my next slide, we can take a closer look at some of the ports that are in the back.
See, in my
Um,
mind already, this sets it aside. I mean, this is ready for broadcast because we use all sorts of different connections when we broadcast. We need a lot more. For me, give me USB, I'm happy. But for broadcast, you need a lot more than basic USB. And wow, do you got a lot going on back here?
We sure do, exactly. So, some of our basics, we're going to have that PoE plus, right? But right now we're highlighting. So when we think about broadcast, of course, we're talking about video and quality of video, but you also need quality of audio, right? And it's not just, right, it's not just, I'm using a USB camera too, USB, I'm happy. But if you've got some like high quality mics, and you've got somebody singing, you've got somebody, giving a religious service, you want that to be seen and heard in just the way like someone is in that room. So we've got 2 XLR mic connections that's going to enable that high quality recording right there. Yep, you can see it. We can actually scoot to the next slide too. And so that we got the 2 parts for the 12G SDI. So that's going to allow for great streaming capture, higher bit rate, like the highest bit rate that you can get here. Very, very powerful. And then you'll also notice like various controls, mic line in, line out, HDMI. What we want, and this comes from our background in that meeting room space, right? We know how important the devil is in the details. Like a camera can have really high quality and do a lot, but if it can't fit into your space, if it can't fit and work in your environment, then that camera's not going to work for you. But, we've been in the camera space for a long time. We know all of those nitty-gritty challenges that come with this, and we wanted to make sure with our best camera, we were still delivering that quality and that connectivity and that flexibility that AVer is known for.
Yep. And just looking at this, it's actually a lot more than a camera. This is a broadcast platform. You know, this microphone, it's not USB. I had to get a separate device, an audio mixer that has this kind of plug to get it from this to my computer. So this takes care of that. This is all these inputs. It's, you know, usually when I think of a camera, I just want the outputs. Give me the video feed, but this is inputs. This is a platform.
Right. So it's such a good choice for, and and I think another thing that we need to understand when we think about the broadcast space, right? You think about costs, right? All of the things that you have to get that mic, you have to get that mixer, you have to get this access cabling. And so this is a really high quality camera, but it takes away some of those costs because again, all of these features are already built in. You don't need to get a decoder or a converter or anything like that for NDI, right? This is all here. This is all available with this camera from AVer.
Yeah, you're kind of underselling it, calling it a camera. It really's got a lot more going on. But one takeaway of all the features, there's a lot of features that you mentioned that are nice, but one that I don't want people to miss out on is the optical zoom. You could do wonderful things with digital zoom. I love my little tricks with the digital zoom, but you can only do so much with digital zoom because you only have so many pixels. When you zoom in, you lose fidelity, you lose resolution, you lose quality, and that's fine for what we're doing here. But in a broadcast, like you were saying, in a church or in a school, when you zoom in, if the camera's all the way at the end of the room, you don't want a pixely, blocky image of the speaker. You want it as if the camera's in their face. As much as I love digital cameras, they could only do so much. And optical, you could be really far away, and it's amazing the quality you can get.
Mm-hmm. And again, that 1-inch sensor is it's not just the quality, it's its ability to manage difficult situations, right? If you've ever been, we've all encountered this when we've been on calls and maybe if the lighting isn't quite right or perfect, right? Like it's going to catch shadows. We might not look our best, but that 1-inch sensor is really going to handle all those scenarios very well and capture in a pixel perfect way whatever you've got on that stage, whatever you're trying to show and put that in a streaming quality, recording quality video.
Yeah, we could do a lot with post editing, but you need the quality,
Absolutely.
Right? You need something good to work with. All right. Anything else our viewers need to know about this?
Well, this is the most important thing. It's ready to buy right now. So if you are interested in a TR615 camera, you can reach out to me. I'm Katie.Sullivan at AVer.com. You can also reach out to your rep at our sales team. We are really excited to get a chance to tell you more details about it and see how this can work for you. So please do visit us at AVerUSA.com if you're interested in learning more.
All right, I'll put the links below, and I expect you're going to get some calls. I think this is going to be a problem solver for a lot of our viewers out there.
Can't wait.
All right, thank you so much for being here. Always great to have you here, and thanks everyone for watching. Please like and subscribe.